ülkelerin inkişafı zerreti ortaya gelir. Bu savaştan çıkmış ülkelerde güzel bir ifadeyle girişimcilik tasviri tartışılır, sahipkarlık. Yani bir şeye sahip olurken onu biz sahipkarlık yapabiliriz ve birçok masallarda bugün Türk dünyasının, Türkiye'nin, Azerbaycan'ın ve de Türkiye'nin katıldığı bütün birliklerde girişimcilik prosesinin nasıl doğal proseslerle inkişaf ettiğini görürüz. Bugün bizim burada toplaştığımız toprakta, Rumeli toprağında da biz vaktiyle Sovyetler Birliği'ne çıkmış bir ülkenin sosyalist düşüncesinde aynı problemi yaşadığını biliyorum. Ama hazırki dönemde Rumeli'de ve birçok Sovyet ülkelerinde inşaatı gördükte biz görüyoruz ki burada artık girişimcilik köklü bir surette inşaat etmiştir ve bu artık bir tecrübe olarak dünya praktikasında özünü tespit etmiştir. O yüzden bugün biz dünyada Türkiye'nin, Azerbaycan'ın, Kazakistan'ın ve Orta Asya devletlerinin büyük girişimcilik prosesini, büyük girişimcilik tecrübesini öğrenirken mutlaka girişimcilikte esas hedefin bilimler üzerinden kavranıldığının şahit olur ve bu meselelerde artık dünyada kaydettiğim için epey zeki döneminde yaşadığımız dönemde mutlaka da ki biz bu proseslerde artık dünyada baş veren girişimcilikte ister sosyoloji, ister psikoloji, isterse diğer alanlarda baş veren inkişafları ortaya getirerek onun praktiki ehemmiyetini nezari bilgilerle zenginleştirmeliyiz. Ben böyle konferansların mutlaka girişimcilik sahasında çalışan insanların faaliyetine büyük ödüller vereceğini düşünüyorum ve arzu ederim ki gelecekte bu sahada girişimcilik sahasına katılan şirket ve teşkilatların sahip çok olsun. Çünkü artık bizim dönemimizde girişimcilik artık bir başka sanayiye istihdamatta takdir olması prosesini yaşıyor. Dördüncü sanayi yıllarının baş verdiği bir dönemde artık biz bu prosesleri gelişimci prosesler geçirebiliyoruz ki sanayi yılları girişimciliğin inkişaf ettiği ülkelerde daha süratli şekilde baş veriyor. Ben tedbir iştaşlarına, Oğullar Azizler Konferansı'nın gelişine başarılar diliyorum ve bu kongresi artık 10. Böyle bir enene halde yaşadan değerli kardeşim Himmet Müellim'e saygılarımı, şuanlarımı bildiriyorum ve bugünkü kongrede de iştirakımıza göre bütün kongrenin teşkilat üzerine minnettarımı bildiriyorum ve bizim de Azerbaycan Numayende Heyetinden adından değerli kongre başkanımız Himmet Bey'e biz hediyemiz var Azerbaycan adına. Ben onu takdim etmek isterim. Kendisini davet ediyorum buraya. Buyurun hocam.
Ama bunu yazma. Tersine basıp oraya.
And next, we'll be inviting Professor Dabra from Ravenstone University from the United Kingdom.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, I want to give a big thanks from my university, Canterbury University, and Ravensbourne University. I work actually two universities, so I want to actually make sure that I want to give a big thanks from both universities. And this conference actually started like 10 years ago, and I was not in the first one, but I was the second one. So since the second one, I always actually supporting this conference, and today I'm so pleased to be here, especially in myself with my all ex-friend, new friend, and all colleagues to be here. So it is my pleasure to talk a few minutes, especially entrepreneurship. So my name is Dr. Dava Chaudhary, and I'm from UK, as already mentioned. today I was just to say that actually few people, especially they talk about the entrepreneurship. So this entrepreneurship is actually a start from home. And I want to really just to quote a few things. We heard from Professor Mustafa Hojam, and also we heard from Dennis, we heard from Jackie, we heard from everybody as a keynote speaker. They all actually talk about the entrepreneurship. However, there is one word was actually involved us from Dennis' conversation, that's, which is called responsibility, and this is actually Sorumlu. Now, however, whatever we are hearing from Sorumlu, in 10 years ago when we talked this conference, that time we used to talk three words, especially the globalization, we talk about the sustainability, and we used to talk about the networking. But now it is actually shifting to one word, is called artificial intelligence. And as just previously from my Azerbaijan friend, he was talking about the Yapajeki, like an artificial intelligence. Why it is actually important for technology intervention and how we are actually need to understand that what is happening in the world and why we need to be worried about the entrepreneurship in the same time to artificial intelligence. Now, when we talk about the responsibility, I have a new research. I'm doing this one, actually research is about responsibility plus. What does it mean? As I actually mentioned, in Dennis' conversation, he mentioned 7 times Sorumlulu. Now, what is that means actually? Why we have to think about the responsibility? What is the reason we should be care about the responsibility? Now, we are here, everybody academician, some of our colleagues is the practitioners, and I like the word of, the one word is Jackie actually mentioned, reality, dream and practicality, because we all are actually dreaming a lot of things. However, is this dream actually come to our life as a practical way? Is very limited, and this is limited because we don't have a resource or we don't have a capabilities, and that is actually the reality come from that when the Professor Mustafa was talking about the discipline, and Jackie actually remind that discipline is the most important thing for the entrepreneurship. If you want to get the entrepreneurship, you be a knowledgeable person, you have to be a practical person, you have to be a dream, you have to be a risk taker. So these are all criteria. However, nowadays, especially now this moment, we are all worried about the technology. Be honest with everyone, be honest with the technology world and globalization. We have to understand that how we control this technology, how much technology we need. Now think about it, if you don't have a telephone just to 4 hours or 5 hours, we are all becoming mad. The reason? Because the technology is actually already occupied our brain. We are inside the technology. Technology is not with us. We are inside the technology. Therefore, we have to be a responsible person. Now, I am going back to the little example, the child, especially when we are teaching entrepreneurship. I am teaching entrepreneurship 20 years. And what we understood, that is, it cannot be teaching in the real world. Entrepreneurship cannot teach. It's no way you can make somebody entrepreneur. So what we have to do, we have to understand how we are actually making something for the reality and how we can make this to be is compromised with the real world. And that is the reason we are all worried about the artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence is not actually the something that we need to worry about. We need to worry about the uses and the responsibility. So I want to give this concluding remark that today we are here to understand that a lot of debate about the technology and entrepreneurship and how we can use this technology and what technology we can use for our next generation and to make sustainability. I want to give this concluding remark to thank you to everyone, especially to people who come from in the different part of the globe, and also big thanks to obviously the Ahlia University who are giving this opportunity to us to make this successful of Congress, to debate many things for next couple of days or years we already talked about. And also, we want to give a big thanks to Hime that actually it is very simple, but it's very hard work to bring people here and to do the conference. So big thanks to him, as well as the most important thing is now hosting. If you think about the Dimitri has actually talked about, I was surprised yesterday, he was waiting for me 3 hours in the airport to pick me up. So I feel very guilty. So I apologize, Dimitri, now you have to be happy. But this is actually happening. We have to be friendly, we have to be disciplined, we have to be support each other, and that is the reason we do this Congress. And big thanks to everybody and all volunteers who are actually supporting this. To big thanks and thanks to everybody to be with us and keep in touch in future. Thank you.
We thank Professor Daval for his speech. And now we'll be inviting Professor Katalin Nejipo from the National University of Science and Technology in Bucharest for his speech as well.
Thank you. When listening early before Mr. Dumitru Goldbach, I realized how lucky I am. He didn't forget me at the airport. I had hot water in the shower and even cold water. I didn't have time to have a coffee, but nobody's perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm really thrilled to be part of this 10th International Congress here in the Goviște at the University of Wallachia. And I want to thank you and thank Dumitru Goldbach for inviting me here. It's a great honor, and I would like to ask you something specific. Please give yourself a big round of applause. You deserve it. Please do it. You did a big effort. You make a big impact on this conference, in this Congress, and I believe that your role is a crucial one. It's important what you are doing, and I advise you to do it every day of your life. So, ladies and gentlemen, Günaydın, I think it's good morning in Turkey. Günaydın? Like something like that. It's similar to Bună dimineața in Romanian, good morning. So look how many connecting things are between Romania and Turkey, and how we can work together to bring all that and to do something to have the possibility and the power to look to the future. This is the idea of the Congress. This is the idea of being entrepreneurship, to live in the day-to-day, but look in the future. And I'd like to speak a few words about our future on the planet Earth. And I believe that we shall think very carefully how to shape it, because danger are all the time, every day of our life. But luckily, we are born to survive. As people, as nature, every day of our life, we are fighting for a future, we are fighting for a life, we are fighting for a better tomorrow, trying to ensure our own evolution. This is the idea of mankind. This is the idea of being also entrepreneurship. But we, as a people, are very blessed. On the scale of the global, the humankind has one of the most powerful developments beyond any other creature on the planet. But on the other side, we are the most destructive creature on the earth. So we have to be careful, because the planet can accommodate billion and billion of creatures, animals, plants, nature, mankind, everything. But we are going to be a destructive issue in this equation if we are not smart enough and we are not looking carefully into the future. Every year, day by day, month by month, species are getting in a jeopardy. Species are disappearing. Even today, we can say that more than 160 species disappear every year. So this is a great impact, because the life started back 4 billion of years on the planet Earth, but we as a mankind managed to grow up from 1 billion to 8 billion of people in just 200 years. Think about this kind of advancing in the world evolution. And now, today, we are having 8,175,952,000 inhabitants on the planet Earth, and we are growing. And this could be a problem. Looking back in the past, I remember that in '72 at the Roma Club, they addressed for the first time the issue of the future of the planet Earth. The issue of the life on the Earth, like we can see it, on the next 100 of years, and already passed 52 years. What we did in this respect? Are we fulfilling our dream to let the future generation the right to have a better tomorrow or not? This is an important question. So if you are thinking about the scale of the evolution, the global scale, the mankind, the institution, the UN, the countries, the leaders decided to address this issue, decided to get some policies, some ideas, some principles. And the last one is the Agenda 2030 of the UN, which is saying in the 17th development goals, sustainable development goals, some issues, some ideas, some principles like poverty, fighting against poverty. What you did it until now is 2025 almost. What we done about poverty, what we done about hunger zero, what we done with the climate change, about clean water, about peace and justice, about clean energy. So these are the issues where people like you has to think about and has to come to the politicians, to the leader, and to speak their voice. To say, not like they say, nobody left behind, because this is not true. What we are seeing today, this is not true. But let's listen the voice of the science, let's listen how you can adapt this path for the future and how to implement it together. Because the achievements are not really good. Multiple crises arise recently. I know it's a tough period. We had COVID, we had financial crisis, we have the war in Ukraine, we have the situation in Gaza Strip, and nobody can predict what will happen. Are more crises to came from this moment now? Yeah, maybe, probably. But the real problem is to foresee the future crisis, to see the conditions, to see the mechanism, and to figure it out how to solve the crisis, because this is the idea to survive. So, for Romania as well as for Turkey, one of the most important problems is that we don't have enough means to predict crisis. We are not working together, and this is an opportunity to work together, to think about, to shape the future. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know when, we'll face a new natural disaster, like we had the earthquake in Turkey last year, right? Like we had in Romania back in 1977. Could it be the climate change like we are facing, this very severe drought like we have this summer, important floods like it's in Asia, desertification and losing of large agriculture area? These could be important issues to be solved. Or could be a matter of something related to the mankind. Maybe a new Chernobyl, maybe a new Fukushima. We have Zaporozhye, close to Kazakhstan, close to Turkey, close to Romania as well. We are not far away from Zaporozhye. A nuclear disaster can occur. Maybe the AI, like our colleagues discussed before, could be a difficult situation for the future, a big crisis generated by the AI. Or maybe a galactic boom, the Big Bang, I don't know. But in my opinion, the most difficult crisis to be tackled by us, it's related to water, to food, and to biodiversity. Because you cannot live without water, you cannot live without food, you cannot live without nature. I was trying last night to figure it out how to express this idea into some specific related to entrepreneurship. So I tried to Google a bit, and I found that Romania and Turkey has two things in common in terms of honeybee and bean breeding. And Turkey is the second largest producer in the world in terms of honeybee. Romania, it's not far behind, it's in the top. First of all, it's China, with more than 400,000 metric tons per year. Turkey has 100 tons, Romania has 30,000 tons of metric honeybee a year. Why it's so important to discuss bees? Because bees, it's a little creature, but playing a huge role in the ecosystem and in agriculture, contributing to biodiversity, to pollination, to food production. They are vital as well for the honey industry, like I said, also for Romania, also for Turkey, and essential in supporting sustainable agricultural practices. But because of the mankind, because of the agriculture, extensive agriculture, because of the pesticide, because of the fact that we are losing too much land for building the cities, for building the villages, while losing every year important territories because of the climate change, which is a part of our industry, a part of our way of life. And this is why the pollination is no longer active. And by the way, tell me, how many bees did you sow this year? You remember when children, a lot of bees flying around. Yeah? What is happening? How we fight this? Because without pollination, without this kind of increasing biodiversity, we cannot produce food. We cannot sustain living anymore. So the planet has to face a tough situation in the future. Another issue related to the honey industry is that 30% of the honey produced worldwide is fake. More than in cigarette industry, more than any in the industry. 30% is fake. It's adulterated. It is sold without having the specific conditions, specific compound. So that's why we have also to fight and to understand and to try to figure it out how entrepreneurship from Romania, for Turkey, can fight for this, can work alongside, can put their efforts to say to the people that the real honey bean, the right one, should be on the commerce, on the retail. Just a few conclusions, because I know the time is important. So you as bees, because I'm thinking about you as a hardworking people who know what to do, who know how to work together. So I would like to encourage you to keep your work, to be part of the evolution, to see into the future, and to fight for your voice. Don't let anybody steal your work or not use your work, because, like my colleague said in the early beginning, politicians, people who are leaders, they are not following you. They are following votes, and this is really bad. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you once again. And I wish you safe trip and a pleasant night tonight, because I know things are going planned.
Thank you very much. We thank him for his speech.